Hi, I'm Kelly Smith. I live in Billings, Montana. I am the mother of 2 children, a 12-year-old boy and a 7-year-old girl. Since the job description you posted is vague, I can only assume that it requires many tasks, which is why you can't put them all in one post. I feel like I am quite good at managing multiple tasks and situations. I do a number of different things well, including design, which is my passion, as well as managing clients, phone calls and emails, following up. All of those things I feel are strengths of mine. It can be challenging for sure, and multitasking is not an easy thing to do. But sometimes just prioritizing what comes first, what's the most important to handle right now. The varied hats that I wear at the company do keep me plenty busy, and though sometimes it can be challenging to be pulled in a lot of different directions, I do find that it keeps the job from being boring. This job intrigues me because it sounds like I could blend the flexibility of working from home or working from anywhere really, with the establishment of a successful company that's inventive, that has a solid team, and one that works together well. My past experience has been as a freelance designer working from home. I did this so that I could be at home with my children, raise them during their early years before they started school, and it worked quite well for that. I really enjoyed it, but I got to the point where I was frustrated with the fluctuating income that I received and was really looking forward to some stability. I got into design as a high school junior. My high school offered production classes and design classes, and I signed up as I was kind of an art student, and it really intrigued me. I loved the idea that design affords a problem to solve, but you solve it visually, and it just made a lot of sense to me. I got the education I needed, and once I had my son and spent a few months getting accustomed to being a new young mother, I decided to try my hand at freelancing. And I got the word out that I was willing to work for little or nothing to small business owners and friends and family and people that needed my services. And so I did what I could for them. And established a reputation as someone who could really work with small business owners who don't have an internal marketing or design department or don't have the money to spend on services like that from a big ad agency. It was a lot of fun, and I continued to do that over the next 10 years on my own. Every year growing my business, growing the amount of clients that I had, the amount of time that I could work. As my kids got to be older and started school, I was able to build my business. Now I'm excited about this opportunity with Firepole Marketing because I feel like it's a good blend of having some independence and working for myself from home to working for someone who is reputable, successful, has a strong and meaningful purpose, as well as working with a team who can collaborate and is ever growing, ever wants to continue to get better and come up with new ways to service the client and make them more excited about what they're doing. I love working with small business owners. They always have a passion for what they do, and they're not always sure about how to go about getting out their message, getting out their brand, who they are. And that's what I feel like I can do for them. Okay, next, the situation of the 5 things happening at once at home. And I laugh when I read this because this was my life for many, many years when my children were young, and I was trying to run a business from home and trying to keep them from drowning or sticking things in light sockets. And so this scenario really isn't anything new to me, and I have many, many stories that are very similar, and I have dealt with things, including a funny time when I was on the phone with a client, and we were on a deadline, and my daughter and I were making cookies. She was 3 at the time. We were making cookies, and the call came in, and she while my back was turned for a few minutes, had stripped down naked and started a little mini bath for herself in the kitchen sink, and just having the time of her life, all the while she's licking the spoon of the cookie dough. So she was happy as a clam, and I was able to get my work done, but thankfully the client didn't know what was going on in the background. But here's a little picture of it just so you can see it. The biggest disaster and pending disaster in this scenario is that the kitchen sink is about to overfill with water. That is the easiest task to take care of, and could be the most potentially pain in the neck to deal with later on. So second priority would be obviously the baby crying. For whatever reason, it's always important to make sure that the baby is okay and safe. Pick up the child and try to appease her while tackling the next, answering the telephone, checking to see who it is. Firstly, making sure that it's, an important phone call. If it was a client or something, I'd want to answer it and just ask for a couple of minutes to call back in, and then tackle the doorbell, who's at the door. Fortunately, most of the time for me, it's the UPS guy, so I would sign for my package and send him on his way. That would be a quick thing to do. Then getting back to the baby, hopefully she's happy and satisfied, but if not, change her diaper, give her a bottle, whatever it is that she needs to make her happy again, and then go ahead and call that client back. Clothes would be my last priority, so I would just have to concede that I could get the clothes later, bring them in and hang them out to dry when the weather got better. So not a big deal if they get wet. They'll survive. I can always rewash them. So that would be how I would tackle those things. And like I said, I've done that many times before.